All right, well, here we go. My name is Gabe O'Neill. I'm known as the godfather of the digital business card. You can text the word Gabe to the number 321-421-5213 to get my information. We're here today with the Isham Group from Arizona. They're a group of impressive, talented realtors who are here to learn about how to get the most out of their digital business card. We're going to teach them all the different ins and outs and ways to leverage it the best way that they can. So moving forward, let's go right ahead. We're going to start off with a surprise that I created for them. If you go to the URL http://dabc.io/IG, and then DABC stands for Digital Accelerant Business Card. .io/IG. That's a shortened URL that takes you to a location that will showcase all 8 cards. As of this taping, it's just 8. We're working on the 9th one next week. Anyway, so yeah, that has all the cards there in one spot, which is a great way to showcase the team. And as team members get added, they'll get added as well automatically. So if you go there and click on any one of the realtors, you can see their individual card. Secondly, we have their keywords to the 321 number. So Yolana, Talia, Raven, Eureka, Linda, Rachel, Ciarita, and Shyla B. And if you text any one of those keywords to the number 321-421-5213, their digital card will come up on your phone. So let's get started. So the first thing I'd like you all to do is to whitelist my email address so that it doesn't go to your spam or whatever. And my email address is gabe@digitalaccelerant.com. So you have your digital card. So now what do we do with it? So the one thing that I noticed, this was kind of impressive to me. I was in a networking group, and after the meeting, somebody who did not have a card came up to me and said, I want to tell you something about your card that you may not know about. I was in that same meeting that you were. I wanted to book 6 one-on-ones because there was I think it was about 40 people in the room. I wanted to book 6 one-on-ones with different people, and I was only able to do it with 3. And all 3 of them had your digital business card. And the reason was she was able to text the keyword. The calendar was right on the card. So she jumped on the calendar. There was no mess. Nothing got in the way, period. The other 3 did not respond to her. So that really told me, from somebody who didn't even own a digital card from us. She ended up getting one subsequently, but that was something that was very impressive. So to me, it's really important that you always have it, always get it out there. You just never know, and always make it very clear, very easy for people to text. So in other words, and I'm going to show you different ways you can do that, but never be hesitant on sharing it. Even if you think, oh, this group won't text it, or these people are my friends, they already know me, doesn't matter. You're here to tell people, you're here to not only have them text your card, but if they've done it in them before or they're not going to do it, you're here to have them remember your keyword. So Ciarita to 321, Yolana to 321, Shyla B to 321. You want that being impressed upon those people. And so we're going to go through the different ways of sharing. It's not just texting your keyword. Of course, that's the one thing that you can do. You can text your keyword to 321-421-5213. When you do that, you will capture their cell phone number. So that's one of the things that we have that we're pretty excited about. And some of these, I'm going to go through these, but after I get through the whole list, I'm going to show you a few of them. I'm going to demonstrate a few of them, on the screen. So again, the first thing you can do, like for me, again, it's Gabe to 321-421-5213. You can bookmark your card, your digital card on your phone, then share it. I'm going to demonstrate that in a few minutes. We have a QR code that actually generates the text necessary for them to send. When all they have to do is hit send, so they still get your card. You still capture their cell phone. If you're using an iPhone, you can AirDrop it. If you're using an Android, you can something very similar. You can nearby share it. You can get your Sphere to share it. In other words, send it out to all of your email contacts, and you know, just for however you communicate with people. Put it on your LinkedIn, your Facebook, your Instagram. Tell people what your keyword is. It's really, really important. The more you can get them to remember it, the more referrals you're going to get. And the other thing, another way you can share it, that same URL shortener that we were using for the IG for the whole team, if you use dabc.io/your keyword, whether that be Shyla B, Yolana, Talia, Eureka, whatever that is, if you go to that, if you enter in that URL, it'll also go to your digital card. So it's another easy way to get it out there. When you do your networking, you're going to get 60 seconds usually, and how that works is you really want to make sure that you get it out every time. So say, for example, you're in BNI, and I know very well how BNI works. You're basically in front of the same people every week, right? And so people say, well, why should I tell them? I already told them last week. Or they're not going to text it. Or the people who've already texted it are not going to text it again. Well, the thing that you're trying to do is to get them to remember your keyword. And you can't do that by just saying it the first time and then stopping. You've got to do it every week. Plus, don't forget, there's always going to be there are always going to be visitors in the room, right? So you want to impress upon them what your keyword is. So, and I actually did this. I was in BNI, and when a new person from BNI would come to me, and you know, in my sales pitch, I would ask them. I say, well, what's Trent's keyword? They'd say trees. I say, well, what's John's keyword? They would say dump because he actually has dumpsters. And then I'd say, well, what's John's keyword? They said, well, I don't know. And they didn't know it, and here they're in the same BNI group, and he had the opportunity by saying it every week to make it much more easier for them to be for him to be referred, and he just did not do that every week. So I did that to make a point, is that if they know it off the top of their head, then they're going to refer it a lot easier. So wear your badge. Let's see. I don't know if you can see this, but I have a badge here that you know that people get. You get your lanyard and your badge, and this is, everybody gets one of these, and it's got a QR code on it. So you wear this at trade shows. You wear this at even networking events. I wore it to my BNI events. I wore it to other networking events, because people will ask you about it, and they'll say, hey, what's that? And I say, oh, this is my digital card. Check it out. Text Gabe to 321-421-5213, and they'll usually do it. And which again, you are collecting their cell phone number, so you're making it a real tighter connection with them by having them go through your card, even scanning the QR code that's on the top of it. So that's really important that you do that as many opportunities as you can. Of course, put it in your social media, put it in your email signature, car magnets and wraps. You can put it around, many realtors actually will have wraps for their cars, but it makes it a lot easier for them to remember a keyword and a number than it does your phone number. Email your contact list. Attend digital accelerant events. One of the things that comes with your card is our community, and we have events where we put people together to help each other grow. Of course, you can do advertising, Facebook ads, et cetera, et cetera. So those are the main subjects. So here we are at my phone, and I have an Android. We can do the exact same thing on an iPhone. As a matter of fact, if you go into your welcome screen and you look at the section that says important, there are 2 videos there, one for Android and one for iPhone, that shows you pretty much exactly what I'm going to do right now. So if I click on my phone, I get, can see my, this is the link to my digital card. And when it comes up, you'll see it. Well, it's actually playing my animated sequences right now, but the idea is that you go right to your card. You can skip the intro if you want to, and you click these 3 buttons up at the top. And to bookmark it, if I hadn't done this yet, you go to your URL when you can text your keyword to get it. Once you have your URL up, you can hit this add to home screen button. You can see that it's about 1, 2, 3 below the share button. So the first thing you do is add it to home screen. Then when you bring it back up, you can hit this share button, and I can hit more here. So the idea is that I can share it with my wife here. I can text message it. I can put it in email, Facebook, Instagram, all these different, any basic app that you want to do it. So I'm just going to go ahead and, share it on Facebook, etc. And there it goes. It's got my card right there. So I can write it and send something. So that's how you share your card from your phone. Okay, so here's another way to share your card, or to have people get it. So you can tell people to go to the URL 21000.club, C-L-U-B. That's named after our 21,000 club, or Club 21,000 as we call it. So, and again, the URL is http://21000.club, not .com or anything else. 21,000.club. When you go there, you'll see this screen, and this is all that's there on that whole website. So when you enter in, you tell people to enter in the keyword. So for example, Yolana, and then their cell phone number, so they can get the card sent back to them, and then they can also enter in their name, which is so that you'll know who it is who's getting the card. And when they hit that send button, they will get your card, and again, you will be notified that somebody has gotten your card, and you will get their cell phone number, etc., and their name. The interesting thing about this one is, if you use it a lot for our digital card owners, and say you met somebody at an event last week who had one of our cards, and you met somebody a few days later, and then a few days later, and then you wanted to return back to that person you met last week, you say, oh, which keyword was he? What didn't remember his name, whatever. You can actually show your history to see who you actually went to, and that's kind of cool that you're able to do that. So that's pretty much it with the 2000.club. It's just another easy way to share it. If you have an Android, you can use something called Nearby Share, and this is how you set it up. If you go to your settings and go to Google and devices and sharing, Nearby Share, make sure that's turned on. Also, the other anybody who else is using that, or you're sharing it to, they have to have it turned on too. So it's just kind of like how AirDrop works. Both people have to have that activated. And then from there, you use the 3 dots. I'm in Chrome. Use the 3 dots, share, and then nearby. And when that happens, the person that's next to you will you'll have it activated. When that's activated, you'll see the person who's next to you, and you can click that, and they can accept, et cetera, et cetera. So it's very similar to how the iPhone works with AirDrop. Speaking of which, since there's so many different versions of the iPhone and they change things all the time, to my dismay, it's best to just Google how to set up AirDrop on your phone if you don't know how to do it. Many of you are probably already using it, and it's a great way to share your card to another iPhone user. But if you Google how to do that, you'll see it's very clear as to it'll tell you, and it's probably updated since the last time I took this screenshot because it was a while ago, and so everything is, and you'll be able to find your phone and your iOS version and all that to figure all that stuff out. The other thing that you can do is attend free events. So we have every card owner that we have is entitled to be interviewed live for about 30 to 40 minutes, and we put that live streaming on our Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn pages. So there's that. That's called Mondays Live at 11. If you'd like to do that, simply tell me that you want to do it, and I'll send you a calendar for you to schedule it. We have a power hour every Thursday, and that is our digital card owners that we get together and we talk about different ways to grow our business. We have a Facebook group that's a private Facebook group for just the digital card owners, so you can go there and ask to be invited to that. And then we also occasionally we'll have a collaboration forum where we kind of take the power hour and we bring it to the public, but only the digital card owners can speak. So that's a great way to get in touch with our community. Everybody has the same digital card. I mean, they have a version of our digital card, so you all have that in common already. And it's a very open and supportive and giving network, and we're all here to grow each other's businesses. Let's see. So we're going to go to the welcome screen. Now, if you go to that URL, digitalaccelerant.com/welcome, you'll be able to get to it. It's going to ask you for your login information, which you should already have. And if you don't have that, see your administrator, or you can actually email me and ask me for it. But Yolana has this information, of course, and if you don't already have it. And so the welcome screen is where everything is. All your digital accelerant related stuff is launched from there. So it has your keywords, it has your links, it has your digital card link, it has your shortened URL link, it has the analytics, your username and password. It has a link to the private Facebook group, the link to upcoming events, other YouTube videos, and if you're an affiliate, it has your link for that too. So it also has a link to the entire community. So this is where your welcome screen is, and we're going to go in that in a little bit more detail in a few minutes, but we're going to start with the QR code. So here's a QR code. Everybody's going to get one, and you can use it in multiple ways. One, you can bookmark it on your phone, which I do. So if I'm somewhere and for some crazy reason, if I forgot to wear my lanyard, right, then what I can do is just do that. I just bring it right up. It's right. With two pushes of a button, I can bring it right up on my phone. And when people scan that, again, it will generate the text necessary on their phone for them to get your card, and then you still get their cell phone number. They think you're a rock god, and it's just another way of establishing rapport with folks, right? So let's see. Here's the where you get it is right from your welcome page, right? So this would probably be a good time to dive into that. If everybody and if you're still driving, I don't recommend you do this. You're not allowed to do this. But for those of you who are at a computer and do have their I'm going to stop sharing right now. If you do have your keyword and ready, I'm actually going to put the link in the chat here. Okay, so let's do this. Let's see. Okay, hold on. All right. Okay, so that's the link. And you know, once you get that, keep it open. Make sure you bookmark it. Make sure it's easily
It's gone,
accessible.
Dave.
I'm sorry.
It went off the screen.
Say that again.
The bookmark went off the screen.
Right, but I just put it on chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I put the link on in the chat. So use that, and then I'm going to reshare the screen in a second. So if everybody got that, there we go. It's actually what happens is it brings you to your login page, right? And so when you use your login credentials, you just hit go, and then it brings you right here. Now, is everybody who is able to do this, is everybody with me? Are they at this spot here?
The password is not working. Hold on. There it goes. Got it.
Got
Yes.
it?
Yep. Thank you.
Okay, so some of you, you know, again, with the IG, when we were doing IG as a keyword before, you might have more than one keyword. And that's what this green button is for. Like for me, I've got a bunch of keywords, so I can go back and forth from these keywords to get to the one that I want to. So for example, if I want to find, there's Gabe to the 321 number, it's the keyword to the phone number that you're looking for. Once you're at that spot, that's basically the information that you're looking for. So when this is where the actual link to the card, this is the shortened link that I mentioned before with a dabc.io. This is your QR code. So when I click here, it actually goes to my QR code, and I can print this out. I can bookmark it. I can put it on a big sheet and put it at a trade show. I can do all kinds of things with it. I can put it on the side of my car if I wanted to. So, you know, there's all kinds of uses for that. You have the IG keyword, and you move forward. You have the IG Yolana, which still works, but here's your Yolana keyword. So you can go back and forth from these in the welcome page to get to them and all that. And your QR code is here. This is where your link is. And this is where the DABCIO. So again, everything that's related to your digital card, this is the kind of the start off point. If you want to go to the statistics page, this is where to go. We're going to show that in a little bit. Your username and password. This is the Facebook group. And there's even, and there's some extra stuff that you can look at. But here's the links to the events. So if you want to sign up for that power hour that we have tomorrow, you can go to the upcoming events, and what that's going to do, it's going to bring you to our events page. This is our YouTube channel. There's a lot of videos that are on the channel that have, you know, there's some that kind of show you the capabilities of it. There's and different features of it, and how to use it. And there's other similar videos to this that are up there, so you can learn more about it. The community is where, I don't know if you guys have seen this yet, but this is where the community has all our card owners, and there you guys are up there as well. If you can see that. So so yeah, that's, and so that's that. So that's the welcome page, and it shows you this part right here where it says important. It says to get the most out of your digital cards, we urge you to bookmark your card and your QR code links. If you don't know how to do that, this will show you how to do that both on an Android and on an iPhone. So that's again, sometimes people say, "Oh, I don't want to bother texting." You can ask them for their cell phone number and text it right to them, and you still get their cell phone number. So there's again, there's no shortage of ways that you can do this.
Is there a feature on your card to where you can actually type the phone number and like send a text that way of the card? I don't know if I'm explaining, but that's
Well, well,
have that.
again, yeah, and I think I'm going to show a little bit more in sharing. But when you bookmark it on your phone, right?
On your
And
computer, though, I'm talking.
you can bookmark it anywhere. I encourage you to bookmark it on your phone because so that way you can easily bring it up and then you can share it that way. Because all you have to do in Chrome, you just hit the three buttons and hit share, and then you can do it to Facebook, LinkedIn, anywhere, text, email, and you just send it that way. So it's really, really simple to do it that way. So then that's when you type in the phone number when you would do it that way. But yes, you can. It's another easy way to share it. Okay, so moving on. So when do you contact them back? So that's not a definitive answer for this, but I will share you what I do. When people text my keyword, I will give them basically 24 hours for them to either, maybe they'll go look at my website, maybe they'll want to jump on my calendar. I'll let them have time to do that. But if they don't do that within 24 hours, if they don't jump on my calendar, then I will contact them back. And so, and of course, if it's the weekend, I wait till Monday or whatever. But the next business day is when I contact them back. I usually contact them by text. Some people call them. I wouldn't recommend that. There's really not much point in emailing them. I think the text, that's the reason why we use text, is because it's the most it's the most effective way of getting back to them, because and most people, that's what they want to receive more. That's what they prefer anyway. So I text them back within a day. And what do I say? So this is what I do, and so again, obviously what you guys do is going to be different, but what's going to be similar is that you're not going to want to say, "Hey, thanks, this is Ciarito. Thanks for getting my card. Let me know if you have any questions about real estate." If you do that, you're not going to get anything. You're going to want to put in some kind of action item or provide some kind of value, something that will get them to do something further. And so you guys might know more about what that is than I do, but just remember that if you put a call to action on your message that you send back to them, then you'll have more luck in getting them on your. And for me, it's always inviting them on my calendar. These are another couple. These are other couple things that I use. I mean, I've got a bunch of different things that I use. And okay, so you guys don't have the text marketing thing. So one of the ways that I found is very effective, and this is only going to be for Eureka's benefit, but you all might know of a good iPhone texting app, which I haven't found one that works quite like this. But but the concept is the same. There's an app on the Android, it's called Do It Later. There's the same app on the iPhone. It's called Do It Later, but it's only got like 1 star and hardly anybody uses it. So I don't even know if it's the same company, but I'm sure you have other texting apps on the iPhone. And what it does is this is just a way to be able to send out messages to a bunch of people without having it being a group text. And it really works well. So the idea is that you create a new message, starting from left to right, you hit the plus sign, hit the message sign, go up to, you can have templates in here that you save. It's like, these are my messages that I typically use, so I can bring one up and send it. Then I just type in the name or number in the field up there. And what's good about this is, I'm sure you all dictate to your phone. It's something, you know, how it can be really annoying when it doesn't recognize a name, or it changes something that you didn't want it to change. But usually when you dictate phone numbers, it works almost all the time. And that's what I like about it. So I dictate the numbers in here, whether it be 1, 3, or 10, however many that is. And so again, you can send this to multiple people and it will go as a separate text. And it's still coming from your phone, right? This is coming from your phone. So, and the other thing that's cool about it is you can schedule it. So for me, like if I'm in the middle of the night, I get up, I figure, well, let me get my text out of the way. I set that up and I can schedule it for later on in the day where they'll get it. They'll be more likely to get it. So you'd be looking for something similar on the iPhone. If you find a good one, let me know. But that's the one I have. We do have this available. This is for an upgrade to be able to text people back within the actual program itself, where you can have the same thing. You can have templates that you bring up and you type in, you save the template, it sends it, and actually people can respond back to you, because people who have this have their own 800 number. They have their own a number that they're using, so that gets used through the portal in the back. So that's another way you can do it. Virtual networking. If you guys use virtual backgrounds, is another thing that are available that we have, that we can use these as virtual backgrounds, just kind of showing your card off that more that way. You notice that I renamed myself in the Zoom. And I recommend that each time, because it's always there. You know, I just, I put the text Gabe to the 321-421-5213, and it's again, the more you can get it out there, the more people will respond to it. Let's see, and when you do network, and try not to put the Wikipedia in the chat like everybody else does. That kind of really defeats the purpose. If you see a lot of stuff from one person, people just gloss over it. For me, I just say text. I just put my keyword in there because I really want them to text it. And if they're interested enough in you, they will do it, and then you will get their cell phone number. And believe me, that has saved sales for me, because they got on my calendar and then they didn't show up. And then all of a sudden I emailed them back and I said, why aren't you here? And they didn't respond. But I went back and I said, oh, I have their cell phone number. I went and I texted them. I said, hey, did you miss our meeting? They said, oh, I never got the link when I signed up. And so the reason why they never got the link is because they put in the wrong email address. And that's why I couldn't email them. So, but being able to text, we ended up having a meeting, and then we closed business from there. So again, having that cell phone number is really, really powerful. I don't know what groups you're in, but here are some of the other ones. M3 Link, BNI, you guys are probably familiar with you have your own networking groups, but it's very effective in a networking environment. And I mentioned this before, and in your 60 seconds, get it out there. There's always going to be new people. There's always visitors. And again, you're trying to get your colleagues to remember your keyword. In-person networking. Here are the folks who do wear the badges. This was right before the pandemic, when we had a big event locally here in Atlanta, where they and my buddy Ronnie even had his a t-shirt made out of it. This is folks from Florida. We had some other folks got their thing. Here's somebody put it right on their truck. They did a wrap for it. Two guys had their t-shirts done up from it. He actually put his digital card right on his t-shirt.
Quick question, Gabe. I'm sorry, I don't know if I missed this, but how do we get those badges? You said you have.
They're being printed right now, and they will be. And I'm gonna, and you can send me your address at any time, and then I'm going to send them to you. So that they should be. Let's see. This is they should be ready by next week. I should have them out to you by next week.
Gabe, you could mail them all to my office.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's what I was planning on doing. That I just need to get an address for that. So, But and here's another thing. This is one of my pet peeves when I've seen people who have digital cards, our digital cards. I've seen it in action when you're at a networking event and people want to close the conversation. They'll say, "Do you have a card?" That's usually the way that they'll do it. And for the people who are wearing a badge, they reach into their pocket and they hand them a business card. It's the most wasteful thing to do because that card's going to go right in the trash. Um, I never bring my cards. Again, you don't have to pay for business cards for paper cards anymore. What I say is no, I don't have a card. Sorry, but mine's digital, and you can either text it or you can scan this, and they're happy to do it. And when they do it, they again, I capture their cell phone number. So again, it's something I recommend. And again, send it out to your existing clients. Put it on your website. Put it in your social media platforms. That's my LinkedIn, your email signature, trade show banners. You guys might even want to think about doing a sign writer for your homes. And the other thing that you could do, it's just kind of a separate conversation, is one person had this great idea for realtors and to kind of combine, go partners with the mortgage people and put a digital card together for the house itself. If that's something that triggers some thought, and we talk offline about it, but that's something that I thought was always a really cool idea. You can do these window stickers for real cheap these days. Again, car magnet, truck wrap, billboards, direct mail, social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, your storefront, etc. And this is where I was talking about before, when you have it bookmarked on your phone, you can just bring it up and hit the share button. Now you can share it to, by text, by LinkedIn, by email, any app that's on your phone that you want to. It's very powerful. Yeah, ask for referrals. So let's look at the card statistics. All right. So from here, basically what this is allowing you to do, you can get a lot of information from here. I can find out how many times the card's been accessed in a certain period of time. I can show me the breakdown of buttons checked. It means tell me what people are doing when they get on my card, and show me what they do. You can show access by visit, but what I normally go for is this one. Show me the list of phone numbers that have texted my keyword. I'm going to do it for me for the last 30 days. So if I hit go, this is what I get. Okay. So again, these are the cell phone numbers that have texted me, and then the corresponding name that comes from the phone company. And if you sometimes, if you know that so-and-so just texted it, but you see that it's restricted, like this one, what I'll do is you can actually change this. So if you know who it is, you can actually fix it. And so you can add the correct name later if you want to. So this can be exported into a CSV file, brought into, if you have any CRM that you have. But if you don't, it's that if you don't, we can follow up from here, right? So here you can write notes and reminders. You can put people in folders, and you guys don't have it, so I'm not going to even bother showing it to you. But you have the ability. You can upgrade to have the ability to send a text message to them. So, but what I did when I didn't have that. So let's do that. Let's go back to here. What I did when I didn't have that, when I didn't have the text messaging, right? What I would do is I would go here. I would write notes about the person if we had a meeting, so and I could set a reminder. Maybe they'll say, hey, I'm really busy right now. Can you contact me in 2 weeks? So I flag it so to contact that person in 2 weeks. So I still use this a lot. But going back to here, as far as following up with them, I take these numbers, the ones that I know that I haven't talked to, and I put them in that app that I mentioned, the Do It Later app, and I text them that way. And so that's before we had that text back feature, that's what everybody did. So it's a very viable way of doing it. So that way, and this way you have a record of them, and they're here, and you're not. I mean, they don't get lost or whatever. So what questions do we have?
A nice card, just to put that out there.
So
Thank
we
you.
just kind of go through each one of the menu options and set them up, because I see like on this main page for the card URL, it has an option of YolanaIsham.html. Is that my URL?
Yes. Yeah, you can't change that. That's all.
And what's the choose period? What is that?
What are we
Oh,
looking
that's
at?
just for the card stats. Never mind. I got it. Yeah.
I have a question. This is
Okay.
Raven. On the welcome page, when you're initially logging in, is that under the links? Is that where it should have like your Insta page and all those other different links?
No, that stuff's not there. Did you send me that email? If you send me that email, I can fix your Instagram, and I can also make sure let's see if I can fix your keyword.
Well, the initial Instagram was for Eureka. She says that it was leading to Yolana's, but on my welcome page, I don't even see a link to my Instagram.
No, it's not on your welcome. That stuff's not there. That's only the stuff that's on your welcome page is just the stuff that's related directly to your card. So I guess what you're saying is if you change your Instagram page on there, it would automatically change on the card. No, it doesn't work that way. If you do change for whatever reason, if you change your email, your phone, or any of those like incidental links or any of them, you just send them to me, and I update the card for you. That's included. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, it really does make a difference if the more that you really kind of own your card and that you get it out there. This isn't just window dressing. It's not just getting your information out there. This will actually help you get more people in your pipeline and get more business. And I know with realtors, it's a little frustrating because you can't just, sell a house every other day, but if you're patient with it and get it out there and enough people know it, that's really where because all of my clients, they all know, they say, oh, I like this card. So, okay, well, it's Gabe to 321. They don't even have to look me up. That's really what you wanted to do. You want to be that person who looks it up. And the other part about it is when people see your card, they will say, well, this person is really killing it with their marketing, with their tech game. They're probably going to do a great job in my house. So it just elevates you in that regard. All right. So again, what other questions do you have? Any?
I like the cards. I like them.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
What's the upgrade investment, Gabe? Just
What-
out of curiosity, for if you wanted to have that, whatever that texting feature that you have, what is the investment there?
Okay, so there's a number of different things that you can get. Like, I don't know if you guys have noticed, Yolana's card has, when you first open hers, it's got animation on it,
Missed it.
which is really kind of cool. And I actually threw that in because I was a nice person. I threw that in the beginning, but so that's an option. Let me just go ahead and show you the
moving ad that you emailed us or text us, Yolana. Is that what?
Yeah, where it has the words that come in to play and says, and then it ends up saying, "Are you ready to buy or sell with the
Oh,
best?"
gotcha. Yep.
Has my Forbes and all that pops up.
Okay.
You can show that on the screen, right, Gabe?
Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'll do that. Well, here's my card right now. So this is my card, and when you first bring it up, it's got these are called animated sequences. So they're really you know, again, it gets people looking at your card again. It really elevates your profile. Nobody else is doing anything like it. People are going to read these messages because of the way that they're shown on the screen. And again, it just makes you really stand out, makes you very, very different. I'll
Mhm.
show you Yolana's in a second.
Yeah, so they can see what I put on there.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think as I recall, I think I did offer you something here. So let's go to here. Let's go to Yolana's card. So this is Yolana's.
That's what, yeah.
Now watch what it says though. I mean, so you can put all your own custom stuff on there.
It's really cool.
It goes differently than that when you actually put it.
It's really neat.
Are you ready to sell or buy with the best?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we and then it just kind of blends into the your regular card and people can use it. So it's something to, you know, when people see it, honestly, what I get is when people do it for the first time, when they do my card for the first time, they'll go, and because sometimes I'll get them to do it on an initial meeting, and they've never seen it, and they'll look at it and they'll look at me and they'll go, oh wow, you know, and that is a very, very common reaction to it, just because nobody else is. It's very, very different. The I did say to Yolana that if anybody wanted to upgrade to that, it would be a $149 setup fee, and just, you know, a one-time fee. The other things that we have, if I go to the digital DA, where am I here? So this is the website, digitalaccelerant.com. And, you know, I've got a whole video that does that, but if you go, here, so the answer to the question was the text marketing. We have different packages, but for this, we also have the a la carte. Text marketing is $79 upgrade plus you have to have your own. Oh, there comes Shyla.
Is that the, oh yeah, I see it. Okay.
So it's yeah, so it's $79 for the upgrade, plus you have to have another set of maintenance. In other words, you're going to be sending out texts, so you know you have a minimum of 250 texts that you get. So that would be $15 a month, and you know, as people start out at the $15 a month, and then if they need more, they can just upgrade from there. So that's what the SMS marketing is. But you can look at any one of these. You can look at any one of these and all these different, you know, upgrades or whatever, and just let me know if you're interested.
All right, thank you.